So the last thing we're going to look at in this section is how to write the rational function when you're given the graph. So first thing you want to do is identify the asymptotes, because that's telling you how much you're shifting left and right, as well as up and down. You'll want to plug those then into the equation. They'll also give you 2 coordinates for the reference points. So you'll take one of those 2 coordinates and plug those in to solve for A. That's telling you whether you're reflecting and then if it's a stretch or a compression. Once you have the A, then you can write out the equation as it's supposed to be. So first thing you look for here is the vertical asymptote. In this case, it is at x equals 3. And then your horizontal asymptote here is at y equals 4. So that means our h is going to be 3, our k is going to be 4. So just plugging those into the equation, we'll get something like y equals a. That's what we still need to find. 1 over x minus 3 because of the right shift, and then plus 4 for that vertical shift. So then take one of the 2 ordered pairs that they give us. I'm just going to take 4, 6, and plug in those values into your equation. So y is 6 is equal to a, 1 over x, which is 4, minus 3, plus 4. So I'm going to subtract the 4 to get 2, and then 4 minus 3 is 1. So this is telling us that a is just 2. So once you know that a is 2, we can rewrite our function. So g of x is equal to 2 times the quantity 1 over x minus 3 plus 4. And that is our equation that matches that graph. Our vertical asymptote here is at negative 3. Horizontal is at negative 1. So those are our values there. We can plug those right into the equation. So we get y equals a. What we still need to find is quantity 1 over x plus 3 because it's a left shift, and then minus 1 for the downshift. Picking one of the ordered pairs, I'm going to go ahead and just pick negative 5, 0. So that means I'll plug in 0 for y equal to a over 1 over negative 5 plus 3 and minus 1. So I'm going to add the 1. 1 is equal to a over 1 over, it'll have a negative 2 there. So to get a by itself, we'll have to multiply both sides by negative 2, because those will multiply to become negative 1, which means that a will just be negative 2. So once you know that a is negative 2, your function then will have a negative 2 times the quantity 1 over x plus 3 and then minus 1. Okay, last one here. So our vertical asymptote is at x equals negative 2. Horizontal asymptote is at y equals 1. So that's our h and our k values. If we plug those into the equation, we'll get y equals a, 1 over x plus 2, and then plus 1. So you have to pick one of the ordered pairs. I went ahead and picked negative 3, 5. Plugging those values in, 5 is equal to a times quantity 1 over negative 3 plus 2 plus 1. So we'll subtract the 1 to the other side. 4 is equal to a quantity 1 over negative 3 plus 2 is negative 1. So this means that 4 is negative a, which means that a is negative 4. So our a value is negative 4. Go ahead and plug that into the equation. Negative 4, quantity 1 over x plus 2, and then plus 1.